Hello, everyone. This is the Abundance Oracle. I just had a quick thought. I wanted to share with those of you who already do some real estate what I found to be over the course of a couple decades now. A little tip about what works on my leases. It might not be working for yours, but I just want to tell you my philosophy and what I have learned on what to do on my leases. So, what I do is I always use a standard lease that the state puts forward that is fair both to the renter and the leaser, me and the tenant. And it's already in a format. It's been approved by, I think MLS approves it or the state or whoever approves it, it's done. And it gives the tenant a little more comfort and ease in knowing that their side is also taken care of and it's standardized. It's very easy to fill out. It doesn't take a lot of modification. And what I do to make it personalized for whatever place they're renting of mine is I put an addendum on the back, which they must initial. The addendum has basically the rules which they must follow to be in compliance with the lease. So, what some of those rules are, I'm just going to pick them out of the blue. This isn't specifically all of them or what they are for particular leases. And actually, I'm going to put you on hold. Can I put you on hold and go grab it? Maybe not. Okay, I'm going to do it off the top of my head. So, so for Massachusetts, I'm just going to talk about Massachusetts now because I have one coming up. The other states I'll have to deal with a different time. So for Massachusetts, I have a standard month-to-month lease that Massachusetts approves. And so what I will do is I will guarantee my rental price for them for 1 year, but it's a month-to-month lease because if they get a new job, if something good, maybe they find a relationship, they're going to move in together, whatever, they must give me 30 days notice prior to the start of their last month's rent. So I have found that instead of trying to hold them to stick it out when they really can benefit in their life from moving to someplace else, that I want to promote that. If great things are happening in somebody's life, or let's just say even they lose their job and they need to downsize to make their life work better, then I want to promote that. I'm not going to try and force them to stay in my place when it's not working for them. And subsequently, what has happened over the years is I have people that stay multiple years at a time. I think Jack is now going on his 5th year, since I started, since he found me. And Sharon, her name's Sharon, it's the 4th year. So, people stay a long time with me. I try to be fair and helpful with them as well. So, if you create a good environment, if you clean a safe environment, a clean and constantly upkeeping your place, and I guess I'm improving a little bit all the time. People appreciate that because they feel like they're getting a better and better deal all the time. And I also make sure my rent is a little teensy bit lower than anything else they can get. And my locations are better than most places they can get. Now, in the beginning, I might have been more strict with things, trying to hold people to the lease for a year. And so, but I've changed my philosophy on that. So in the beginning, if you're just starting out with rental properties, you might need to hold people a little bit more. I have an ability to, and a skill, being able to replace people very quickly. And I've worked out my systems. I've worked out my leases. I have my last month's rent and security deposits go into the bank. Banks close to wherever the property is, so it's easy for them. I'm on an automatic payment system now from the bank. The bank takes it and automates it, so there's no more asking people for checks. No more stress on their behalf. Oh, the landlord's calling me again. What does she want? So it's worked very, very well for me. Now, since people stay a long time, what tends to happen, I notice, is the improvements or the minor maintenance things that I would do at the end of a lease, which would be, okay, a really deep clean before the new tenant moves in, replacing any, like in the kitchen, a lot of times I need to, the floors, sometimes they need to get new floor mat. I usually put a floor mat in front of the stove and things like that. So maybe a mat needs to be cleaned. Like right now, somebody's moving out and they have carpet over very nice tile because I don't want the tile to get ruined. And it's indoor, outdoor carpet. So that just needs to get cleaned. Redoing caulk around a bathtub or shower. Because if people have a place 3-4 years, they don't take care of it the same way you take care of it. So being able to do that upgrade for them after so many years keeps not only your tenants happy, but it maintains your building and your facility longer. A good I'm just trying to think of some of the things. Like some of my places have dehumidifiers. So they're in a lower level, so I just make sure there's a dehumidifier. Sometimes every 5 years or 6 years, I replace the dehumidifier. Make it work well. So there's just things that whatever your particular situation is, that whatever you would perfect when a tenant moved out before the next tenant moved in is what you should help the long-term tenant with. A lot of my places do not, they're near the waterfront or whatever. They either have wood paneling that just needs like a good cleaning down, or some places need a little touch up in paints, just a little touch up. And I've had many tenants say, no, I don't need, I say, whenever you go on vacation or away for the weekend, I'd like to do touch up paint. No, it doesn't bother me. Okay. But you've offered, and you're helping them, you're trying to take care of them, and you appreciate them living in your facility, your apartment, your nanny's apartment, whatever it is. You appreciate them. And, you're raising the rents because a lot lately, this year, there was a big, huge increase because the utilities are horrible. The taxes are up, the insurance is up, the maintenance of like a gardener or somebody to maintain things is up. So, it's hard on them, it's hard on you, it's hard on everyone. So be kind, be caring and understanding. These aren't people who own the place, so they don't tend to take care of it as you would being the owner of a place. And everybody, well, except for one, that I currently have does not own their own place and has never owned their own place. So a lot of them don't even understand what it takes to maintain a place. The other thing I'm very cautious with, I just thought of this, and it's my plumber when he comes to do things. They will clean out the lint tubes out of the dryer all the way to the outside, so I don't have lint building up, because I noticed that the tenants aren't as good as cleaning it out. So the lint builds up more in the tubes, and you don't want to have a fire started or anything like that. So just some basic maintenance to keep things going. All right. So the lease, the standardized lease, month to month, the addendum that you add on the back. Each year you want to, because you're going to be increasing the price each year, whether it's just a little bit that you need to, or like last year was crazy, you're going to give them a fresh new lease and a fresh new addendum. Now, I have people leave the place clean, but they also have an exit cleaning fee. So that every year seems to go up, whatever the maids would take to clean it, thorough cleaning. So things change. I've not had anyone complain about that, because they know they're not going to leave it like they got it. So anyway, all right. Well, it's just a little tips to help you out, little ideas along the way. I'm trying to think, I also have them sign, I have a fee for if they lose the key that there's no replacement for, or we can't copy the key, that if the locks have to be changed, my locksmith charges $150 right now to come in and re-key the place. So I have that down. If they lose something I don't have a key for, I'm now switching to, on the exterior of my buildings, having a number. You press like you were when you were in college, you press 4 numbers to unlock the door. I'm starting to do those on all my doors, because it's so much easier than rekeying and making new keys for everyone. So I can just change the locks on the door. And my friend Michael and Kari, they do that on theirs now. And he said, he just told me how great it was. So I took his advice and started to do what he does. He's got a lot of people that always lose their keys, and so now it's easy for him. I think he has one that it's Wi-Fi, that you can tell how people are coming in and out. Anyway, he's in a different economic category that he rents out to. And ladies, one of my philosophies is, do not ever buy a place in an area that you would not feel comfortable driving over at in the evening time to pick up a rent check from. So for me, I don't buy in places where I have to worry about going over there, which tend to be a little bit more than what Michael and Kari have. Some of their places, they have to send Michael over to pick up the checks. So anyway, I love you all, and I hope to talk to you soon. This is the Abundance Oracle. Be good. Take your extra money and put it in cash-making investments instead of buying new clothes, buying new purses, buying new suits. You might want to buy undergarments, because a lot of the undergarments are made in China, and we're getting tariffs and things like that. So you might want to buy a stack of socks and things like that. And China makes lots of shoes too, and those prices are going to be going up. So if you need an extra pair of LL Bean boots, get it now. My kids like the Nike socks, so I'm stacked up a little bit on those. Okay, anyway, oh my gosh, it has nothing to do with real estate. I love you all. These random thoughts. I wish I could just go off sometimes, but I can't. I love you all. Talk to you soon. Please subscribe. This is the Abundance Oracle. And if you press the like button, that helps me as well. Bye-bye.